Privet Drive in July was thrown into a steamer, the air so thick it could be wrung out. Yet Harry Potter's mood was colder than midwinter. He huddled by the spider-infested cupboard under the stairs, listening to Dudley's laughter from the living room, sharp as shards of glass. Today was Dudley's 12th birthday, and the day before Harry's 11th, yet he didn't even dare hope for a crumb of cake. Since early June, the Dursleys had imposed a magical blockade on Harry, his wand locked by Uncle Vernon in the bottom drawer of the study. Hedwig was confined to a metal cage in the storage room, her once snow-white feathers now dust-streaked, cooing softly. Every morning he would sneak to the mailbox, fingers tracing the metal edges back and forth. Sitting in the cupboard with his knees drawn up, Harry absent-mindedly touched the lightning scar on his forehead. Had they forgotten about him? Every morning, Aunt Petunia would rap the cupboard door with a broom handle, up for cleaning. Dolly's birthday party needs to be prepared, no slacking off. Harry has to clean all the windows in the living room, move Dolly's toy box down from the attic, and help Aunt Petunia bake 20 chocolate cakes. Once, Harry accidentally smeared the frosting a little crooked, and Aunt Petunia immediately shrieked, so piercing it could rupture eardrums. "You did that on purpose." "You just can't stand seeing Dudley happy." Uncle Vernon came running at the sound, grabbed Harry by the collar, and shoved him against the wall. "Miss, I warn you, dare mention a single potion this summer, and I'll throw you into the quarry on the outskirts." On the midnight of July 31st, Harry tossed and turned in bed, unable to sleep. Spiders in the cupboard crawled across the ceiling, making faint rustling sounds. Suddenly, the window rattled with a click, as if a gust of wind had blown in. Harry bolted upright. A slender figure was squeezing through the window bars, moving with the nimbleness of folding paper. The figure nearly stumbled as it landed, quickly steadying itself against the wall. Rubbing his hands together as he approached Harry, his fingers were as thin as twigs, with dirt still clinging under his nails. Harry grabbed a pillow to shield himself, his voice trembling slightly. "Who are you?" Dobby's eyes were filled with nervousness as he kept bowing, his tea towel nearly slipping off. You are Mr. Harry Potter, sir? Is Dobby the house elf." "Sir, Dobby has come to warn you. Sir, Hogwarts is in danger. You must not go back, sir. You mustn't." Harry frowned. "Danger? What kind of danger?" Dobby suddenly covered his mouth, his shoulders beginning to tremble. "Can't say. Master will punish me." There were several dark red scars on the back of his hand, as if he had been whipped. "But Dobby must tell you. The Chamber of Secrets is about to be opened again, and terrible things will happen to those who return this year." Harry's heart sank. What was the Chamber of Secrets? Who would open it? Dobby suddenly burst into tears, his teardrops falling like pearls onto the floor. "Dobby can say no more. Please, sir, don't go back to Hogwarts. Stay in the Muggle world where it's at least safe." He abruptly lifted his head, his eyes gleaming unnervingly. "Ah, sir, Dobby was the one who intercepted all those letters from Hogwarts." Before Harry could fully process the shock of his letters being intercepted, Aunt Petunia's shriek echoed from downstairs. "Vernon, come quick! The Masons have arrived." The Masons are major clients of Uncle Funong's company. Uncle has been preparing for half a month just for tonight's banquet. "Sir, Dobby must stop you. If you insist on returning to Hogwarts, Dobby will use magic." Dobby raised his hand, and a silver light flashed at his fingertips. The next second there was a loud crash in the living room. Then came Mrs. Mason's scream. Good heavens, what was that? Dolly's mouth fell open, his fork clattering to the ground. Mr. Mason's eyes slid down to the tip of his nose as he stared dumbfounded, speechless for a long moment. Uncle Vernon's face turned from red to purple, like a balloon about to burst. "You did this!" Uncle Vernon suddenly whipped his head around, glaring fiercely at Harry. "I always knew you were up to no good. You've ruined my business." He dragged Harry to the attic, shoved him inside, then slammed the wooden door shut with a bang and locked it with an iron chain. "You'll stay here and never come out." The attic had no light, only moonlight seeping through the cracks in the wooden planks. And then there was Dobby's whisper as he slipped in unnoticed. "Sir, Dobby is sorry, but this is for your own good. When the chamber opens, people will die." Before leaving, Dobby fished out a crumpled biscuit from his tea-stained pocket and pressed it into Harry's hand. "Eat this, sir. It's all Dobby can do for you." His eyes were full of guilt. The chamber was built by Salazar Slytherin, and it holds a weapon to purge Hogwarts. Clutching the rock-hard biscuit, Harry suddenly remembered the rumors he'd heard at Hogwarts last year. "Dobby, who is your master? How does he know about the chamber?" "Dobby, who is your master? Why does he know about the Chamber of Secrets?" But Dobby just shook his head desperately, his ears drooping. He couldn't say, or his master would use the punishment curse. With that, he slipped out through the attic vent just as he had come, leaving only a faint whisper of wind behind. Harry leaned against the wall, the scar on his forehead throbbing again. Staring at the street lamp on Privet Drive outside the window, he suddenly felt the dim yellow light resembled pairs of eyes staring fixedly at this oppressive house. What exactly is the danger at Hogwarts? He pulled out the Hogwarts school badge hidden under his pillow. The lion on the badge was still glowing faintly. "No matter what, I must go back. My friends are there. My home is there." The towers of Hogwarts shimmered under the moonlight.